Breeders' Cup Juvenile over a mile and a 16th for a purse of $1 million. And for Arazi in the outside post position, very quick run to that first turn, and then the long Churchill Downs stretch for the favorite to next year's Kentucky Derby. Can Arazi do it? Can the champion European 2-year-old beat the Americans? Let's look at the top contenders for the Juvenile.
The hammer could be hopping if Dance Floor can do the trick in the Juvenile. Owned by the family of rap star Hammer, Dance Floor is a colt who could be peaking at the right time. While he took 4 races to break his maiden, this D. Wayne Lucas trainee has now won 2 in a row at the mile and a 16th distance. The Breeders' Futurity was his opportunity to step up to a prominent position among 2-year-old colts, and he ate it up. If he improves to the point of a victory in the Juvenile, the Hammer clan could be dancing in the winner's circle. The leader from the New York area is Try to Watch. Owned by 94-year-old racing legend Fred Hooper, he aims to become the first gelding ever to win the Juvenile. Sent off at 12-to-1 odds in his last start, he toyed with the field in Belmont's Champagne Stakes. Was the field that weak, or is Try to Watch that good? We'll find out shortly. The West Coast standard among these juveniles is the undefeated Bertrando. A son of 1986 Breeders' Cup Classic winner Skywalker, he has dominated whatever competition he's faced in California. The Norfolk Stakes was his shining moment as he wired the field by 9 lengths. But today he may face early challenges for the lead, and jockey Alex Solis will find out how Bertrando will respond to pressure. But the X factor in this race comes from France. Arazi is clearly the most accomplished and experienced horse in the field, but today he runs on dirt for the first time. Trainer Francois Boutin has guided Arazi to 6 wins in a row, including 3 Group 1s. His explosive stretch run in the Grand Criterium convinced Boutin to try a dirt surface in the Juvenile. If he wins today, he could remain in the States to prepare for next year's Kentucky Derby.
And the fans like Arazi, but they also like the unbeaten California horse Bertrando, now at 2-to-1. 2-to-1 on Bertrando. The New York horse Try to Watch at 9-2. Dance Floor out of Keeneland 9-2. And Arazi 2-to-1 co-favorite now with Bertrando. There's Showbrook with those unique goggles, and in the saddle, the living legend Lester Piggott, who won on Royal Academy in the mile last year, one of the great stories of last year's Breeders' Cup. Can he do it again? Maybe the goggles will keep all the dirt from flying in the face, or at least bothering Showbrook when the dirt does fly in his face in this mile and a 16th test, as the Europeans try the dirt course for the first time in their racing career. 6 starters of the first 7 races, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, have won Eclipse Awards as champion 2-year-old colt. And Lafitte Pincaille has ridden 3 Juvenile winners. He's aboard Star Recruit, one of the long shots in this field. And again, Arazi will be in the outside post position. And Greg McCarron, if you're listening, what challenge does that present for a jockey going into that first turn very quickly?
Particularly when you are number 14, it's a large field. You want to get out of the gate real quick to try to get over some. And with these green 2-year-olds, it can present a big problem if that horse, especially, is not used to a left-handed turn like Arazi may not be. So Pat's got his hands full, I'm sure.
All right, let's go up to Tom Durkin for the call of the $1 million Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
6 minutes from today, in 6 months, they'll run the Kentucky Derby for the 118th time over this course. This is the 8th Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and it will go a long way in picking the early favorite for this year's Derby. 2 favorites here, Arazi and Bertrando, and indeed, it is Arazi who is a slight favorite as he takes his place in the starting gate. We're ready for the start in the Juvenile, and they're off, and Bertrando comes out running. Agincourt is right there, and on the outside, it's Star Recruit. But it is Bertrando, Alex Solis, intent on the lead, and he wins the race into the first turn. He's there by a length and a half. Star Recruit and Bag in close pursuit. Agincourt saving ground all the way. Devil on Ice was 5 right, rounding the first turn. Showbrook is now racing 6th in between horses. Pine Bluff is under a firm hold at the inside, racing 7th. Big Sur is 8th on the outside. Onlooker is 9th. Try to Watch is 10th. He's about 10 lengths off the lead, and he's launching a bid now from the back of the pack. Then it's Dance Floor farther back. Snappy Landing, and Arazi, the European star, is a dozen lengths from the front as Offbeat trails the field as they continue midway down the backstretch. Bertrando coasting on an uncontested lead. And he's moving at a quick pace. The quarter in 23-1. He gets a half in 46 3/5 seconds. It is still Bertrando out there unchallenged. He leads by 2. Long shot, Agincourt still chasing second. Pine Bluff is only 3 lengths from the lead. Arazi hits his best stride, and there goes the European star Arazi, and he's coming with a menacing rush to Bertrando, and now the stage is set as they move toward the top of the stretch, and Arazi runs right by him. Arazi with a dramatic move as the field turns for home. He's wide into the stretch. Bertrando stunned at the inside with the move here of Arazi, and he's pouring it on. Just incredible move as they come to the top of the stretch by 4 now. And then it's Bertrando, who is now a discouraged second farther back. It is snappy landing, and they're coming down to the finish here. Here indeed is a superstar. Arazi, absolutely brilliant. He was taken under a hard hold to win it here by 5, and he could have won by 10 perhaps. And Bertrando was second. Absolutely sensational.
What a race, and what a horse, the best in the world, the biggest winning margin in the history of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and he did it with ease. Can a 2-year-old be Horse of the Year? Arazi now has won 7 in a row and wears the crown as the best 2-year-old in all the world. What a move. He looks like a $10 million horse off that run. Arazi in the colors of Alan Paulson and co-owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Frenchman Francois Boutin. Arazi, a son of Blushing Groom, bred in Kentucky by Ralph Wilson Jr., and what a move he put on. Down the backstretch, Pat Valenzuela had only 1 horse beat. Suddenly, he asked Arazi to go, and he turned on the afterburners. Arazi with a brilliant move. He's just running by horses like they're tied to a post. Look at Arazi now to the outside. Bertrando had made an easy lead, was going along in stride, and Arazi just blew by. And the horse, John Veach, down the stretch, didn't appear to change leads. Usually a horse will change leads and get a little burst of energy down the stretch. He didn't even need that.
Swung so wide, but he recovered from it very nicely and just was so well in command of the race. And actually a hand ride, the jock is shaking his stick at him, but it's more to have something to do with his hands, just rather than just holding on.
Arazi with a brilliant performance in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. When's the last time you saw a 2-year-old that good? He will be the favorite for anybody's Derby anywhere in the world.